Dakotaraptor is a semi-tier 2 dinosaur that costs only 200 Robux, which is very cheap and fun to play as for a while. It has overall good stats, capable of nearly taking down Lithranax and Xiphactinus. It also has a unique ability. When attacking any dinosaur, it automatically pounces on the target, making Dakotaraptor harder to kill. Well, it's not necessarily hard to kill, the pounce only lands on the head, which can leave Dakotaraptor vulnerable. However, this also comes with an advantage. For example, against dinosaurs like Stegosaurus that attack with their tail, Dakotaraptor's head-focused pounce can potentially kill it. Dakotaraptor's animations are also well made, with detailed textures, especially the dots variant, and impressive sound design that adds to the overall experience. With its low price and fun mechanics, I'd say Dakotaraptor is definitely worth it. Xiphactinus is the cheapest game pass ever available in Dinosaur World Mobile, costing only 150 Robux. I know many of you might think this game pass is just a small fish, but it was shadow buffed, and hardly anyone knows about it. These are Xiphactinus' previous stats, and these are the current stats. This buff made it significantly stronger. With its fast attack rate and damage increase, it can now reach over 270 DPS. Although aquatic creatures are often considered boring to play as, the new map has shifted the hotspot to the coast, which is close to the ocean. This is where you can maximize Xiphactinus' enjoyability, as many dinosaurs that spawn on the southern peninsula, they will have to cross the water to reach the coast, making this an ideal spot to camp and intercept them. So, if you want to be a strong piranha, I'd say Xiphactinus is worth it. Majungasaurus is a tier 2 carnivore, costing the same as Dakotaraptor, 200 Robux. Since they cost the same, Majungasaurus is generally considered stronger than Dakotaraptor, despite lacking the unique mechanics Dakotaraptor offers. Majungasaurus often gets bullied by many other dinosaurs, but its impressive speed sometimes allows it to avoid those encounters. This makes playing as Majungasaurus less enjoyable, especially because finding another player using it is pretty rare. Carnotaurus, a close relative, is arguably a better choice. Similar stats, but slightly stronger and free. Overall, in my opinion, despite its low price, Dakotaraptor or Carnotaurus is a better choice. Majungasaurus just isn't worth it unless it's your favorite dinosaur, in which case, this game pass is for you. Megalosaurus is a tier 3 carnivore that cost over 250 Robux. It is very tanky, with a health pool of 700 and decent damage. It's also quite fast. However, it often gets overwhelmed when fighting other tier 3 dinosaurs, especially Lithranax, which is actually a tier 2 dinosaur. At least it isn't much worse compared to Majungasaurus. Overall, it has good animation and a solid model, though I can't say the same for the textures. Also, I won't forget how good its sound design is. You can even gnaw a farm with it. Now, I'd say Megalosaurus is worth it. Quetzalcoatlus is a flying creature that costs 300 Robux. It is very tall, towering over many dinosaurs. However, its stats are quite poor, with only 360 health. Fortunately, its high damage output is 135, which helps make up for that. While it's sluggish on the ground, it's extremely fast in the air, and you don't even have to worry about stamina. It plays mostly like a glass cannon, as it doesn't last long in combat. However, when fighting theropod dinosaurs or anything that can't hit it while it's airborne, Quetzalcoatlus can be very difficult to kill. A very skilled Quetzalcoatlus can pretty much kill a Xiphactinus or even more stronger. One thing that makes Quetzalcoatlus feel less worth its prices.
Stand ready for my arrival, worm.
Xiphactinus. They have nearly identical stats, with Quetzalcoatlus having slightly more health and damage. The biggest difference is its size. Quetzalcoatlus is much taller. Personally, despite the existence of Xiphactinus, Quetzalcoatlus is still a lot of fun to play. Its model, animations, textures, and sound design is what all contribute to the experience. Intimidating other players with its towering size is especially satisfying. So in verdict, I'd say Quetzalcoatlus is worth it. Baryonyx is a tier 3 carnivore that costs 350 Robux. It has impressive statistics and is arguably the strongest tier 3 carnivore so far, overshadowing Xiphactinus, a larger relative of Baryonyx. With its high DPS, it can even challenge certain tier 5 dinosaurs. It can also swim very well, and has its own mechanic that allows it to fish in certain places. The attack animations are unique, with different animations depending on whether it's stationary, walking, or running. Overall, Baryonyx is a very strong dinosaur with a good model, solid animations, and great textures, making it an easy recommendation and well worth the purchase. Ankylosaurus is one of the strongest dinosaurs in the game, costing 500 Robux. It boasts a whopping 1120 health, deals 280 damage, and has an overpowered passive ability that heals it 490 health over time. The only downside is its extremely slow speed, which can make gameplay feel a bit boring. But hey, you're still a walking tank. It's almost impossible to kill unless you're up against stronger opponents like the Tyrannosaurus. I don't have much else to say about this Gamepass. Considering its low dislike ratio, I'd say Ankylosaurus is definitely worth it. I haven't purchased this dinosaur because I can't afford it. So I don't have personal experience using it, but based on my encounters with it, I'll share what I know. Turiasaurus is a large sauropod that costs 500 Robux. It has over 4200 health, making it the second highest HP dinosaur, only beaten by Argentinosaurus. It has a low damage of just 170. Despite that, it's currently the fastest sauropod in the game. Just like Ankylosaurus, Turiasaurus has a passive regeneration of 30 health over time, making it surprisingly hard to kill. Its main weakness is a larger sauropods like Camarasaurus. Although Camarasaurus has less health than Turiasaurus, it deals more damage. Turiasaurus's low damage is what makes it pretty underwhelming in combat, especially against tanky dinosaurs. But hey, it is still very strong. The gameplay of Turiasaurus seems pretty fun overall, though I don't own it myself. Being a fast, large sauropod sounds enjoyable, especially with its speed being able to bully larger carnivores. So, I'd say Turiasaurus is worth it. I also don't have this Gamepass for the same reason as Turiasaurus. I am poor. So I'll have to go off my experience with its encounters again. Diplodocus is a sauropod dinosaur that costs 600 Robux. It has over 2240 health, and deals only 120 damage. Despite these stats being worse than Turiasaurus's, it has a long attack range and a fast cooldown, reaching over 102 DPS, which is decent, but not enough to kill a Camarasaurus. Turiasaurus is also worth mentioning, and it actually costs less than Diplodocus. This made me feel really unsure about whether Diplodocus is worth buying. I'm leaning towards no. Since I don't know much about its gameplay, let me know in the comments if you think it's worth it. Mapusaurus, oh boy, has had one of the saddest glowdowns ever since Carcharodontosaurus got a massive buff, but we'll talk about that later. Mapusaurus is a large carnivore dinosaur considered to be an apex predator. It costs 600 Robux, has 1060 health, and deals 280 damage, the same as Ankylosaurus. It's also very fast for a large carnivore. However, the major issue with Mapusaurus is that its relative, Carcharodontosaurus, which is free, is slightly stronger. This imbalance alone tanked Mapusaurus value, since buying it essentially gets you a weaker version of a free dinosaur. The only redeeming quality of Mapusaurus, in my opinion, is the overall gameplay experience. I personally had fun using it, thanks to its animations and sound design. So despite its drawbacks, I still think Mapusaurus is worth it for me. But if you're looking for something stronger, there are better options available, which I'm going to discuss shortly in this video. Spinosaurus, one of my favorite dinosaurs of all time. But I'll try to keep things less biased here. Spinosaurus is a large carnivore and also an apex predator that costs 600 Robux. It's very tanky, with over 1450 health, and deals 145 damage. While that may seem low, it has a fast attack cooldown, giving it a DPS of over 140. It's very slow on land, but just like Baryonyx, it's semi-aquatic, meaning it's extremely fast in water. This adds variety of underwater gameplay like fishing. Don't even think about challenging the stronger aquatic creatures, they'll tear you apart without breaking a sweat. Anyways, it has a solid animations, great model, and detailed textures. It performs well in combat, but it does require a bit of skill. Missing your attacks will lower your overall DPS. The only real downside is its speed on land, and that's pretty much it. Overall, I'd say Spinosaurus is definitely worth it. Sarcosuchus is a crocodiliform and a formidable apex predator. It costs 600 Robux, it boasts an impressive 1160 health, and delivers a massive 400 damage, tying it with Xiphactinus as the highest damaging creature in the game. Much like the Spinosaurus, Sarcosuchus is semi-aquatic and sluggish on land, but it's significantly faster than Spinosaurus in the water, making it a deadly predator in aquatic environments. What sets Sarcosuchus apart is its unique ability to grab dinosaurs with a weight class of 4 or below, making ambushes more fun, especially against unsuspecting swimmers. What really shakes things up is a glitch that's still in the game and hasn't been fixed. While swimming, you can phase through terrain, which is insanely overpowered. You can snatch or attack anything from underground, making this glitch both hilarious and incredibly frustrating for anyone on the receiving end. If you own Sarcosuchus and actively exploit this glitch, then I'll award you this. The only real downside to Sarcosuchus is that it can lose to Tyrannosaurus Rex, mainly due to its low attack cooldown. And lastly, the moisture system, which pretty much prevents it from staying on land for too long. But I guess that's just realism. Other than that, there really isn't much to complain about. The gameplay of Sarcosuchus is fun, to say the least. Bullying smaller dinosaurs by grabbing them never gets old. If you enjoy prowling the waters and ambushing and suspecting prey, then Sarcosuchus is definitely worth it. Tyrannosaurus, the strongest land apex predator in the game, costs 600 Robux, and has an impressive 1340 health. It deals a great amount of 380 damage, and is relatively very fast, almost able to catch up with Mapusaurus, the fastest large carnivore. Currently, it is the most powerful land carnivore in the game, though Spinosaurus can rival it if the opposing player is skilled. Combat for Tyrannosaurus is essentially brainless, as it requires little to no skill. Just look how I completely wipe out the whole coast except for that Xiphactinus. Anyways, the gameplay is entertaining. Your relatives practically serve you like minions, recognizing you as their king. However, things might not go in your favor if you're up against a certain group of players you dislike. I know the downsides of Tyrannosaurus, but they aren't significant enough to ruin its value. So yes, to answer the question, Tyrannosaurus is easily worth it. That wraps up this video. Just a reminder, everything I said here is just my opinion. You're totally free to choose any dinosaur you like, even if I said it's not worth it. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.